What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the TCG Empire YouTube channel. Today we're taking a look at Lost Tina. Lost Tina has been doing relatively well in Malaysia in regionals. So today we're going to be taking a look at a Lost Tina list that incorporates Giratina V and the V-Star paired with Roaring Moon. So if you guys don't know what Giratina V does, it has Abyss Seeking. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck. Put 2 into your hand and 2 in the Lost Zone. But really, what you're using it for is Giratina V-Star. Giratina V-Star has the attack Lost Impact. Put 2 energy from this Pokemon into your Lost Zone, so it helps build your Lost Zone. If you can't find Colress's, in which case you can use Star Requiem once you're at 10. If you use this attack while you have 10 cards in the Lost Zone, your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out. So, Star Requiem paired with something like Frenzy Gouging means that you have 2 ways to guarantee take prizes, which means that your opponent may have a hard time dealing with it, but also when it comes down to it, things that have higher HP counts than the 280 mark that you are playing with Giratina and having Lost Impact, you have ways to take guaranteed knockouts in order to hit over the 280 threshold. Now, paired with this, we are running the Lost Zone engine, so we do have Comfey, which allows you to use Flower Selecting. Once during your turn, if it's in your active spot, you look at the top 2 cards of your deck, and then put 1 in your hand, 1 in the Lost Zone. We are also playing Colress. Now, paired with this deck, we are also running Disruption cards like Iono, as well as Roxanne. We are playing 3 Path to the Peak. Inherently, all of these cards go well together, especially with cards like Devolution, as it means that if your opponent doesn't run Jirachi, you can use the 1 of Sableye in order to spread damage, devolve your opponent's Pokemon, and kind of make bad matchups that seem unfavorable more favorable. But overall, this deck is super solid. The 280 mark with Giratina V-Star allows you to kind of KO a lot of things in the format, and if you can't KO, then you can finish off with Sableye, or if they have Jirachi down, then you can just, devolve them or use Roaring Moon in order to take instant knockouts. So using Giratina V-Star paired with something like Roaring Moon gives you a way to take 4 guaranteed prizes on 2 EXs, or 2 prizes guaranteed on something like Baby Bonds. So overall, it's a really fun list to play. The deck list will be posted right here, so you guys have a full clean view of it. And in the description will also be the deck list so you guys can copy and paste it into Pokemon Trading Card Game Live. As always, thank you for all of the love and support on all of the videos. We're at 940 subscribers. We're 60 away from the goal, and I want to see if we can hit the 1,000 goal by the end of December, heading into the new year. So if you guys do me a favor, if you're brand new, if you enjoy the video, smash the like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Enjoy the gameplay, and I will catch you guys in tomorrow's video. Later. Alrighty, guys. I have been so hyped to try this deck out. I'm happy I get to share it with you guys. You guys see the title, you saw the intro. We are playing Giratina paired with Roaring Moon, as I like to call the deck, Lost Tune. So hopefully we can get some stuff going, see exactly what we can do. So this starting hand is beautiful. We are going first, which means that we do have the ability to do a lot. So we're playing against Goldango. Goldango's actually not going to be too bad. We do hit 280 with Tina, and we do have access to the Devo TM. And we have a Comfey to start, which is 1 less we have to search with Battle VIP Pass. So things are not looking too bad. So first thing we'll do is Battle VIP Pass. We'll get another Comfey. So our Radiant Greninja's prized, but it's definitely not the end of the world. We do have the Moon. We have a Giratina that's prized. Not too bad. All the Colress are there. We have 1 Escape Rope prized. Switch cards in hand. We have a Mirage Gate prized. Could be a little bit annoying. We have a Path to the Peak prized. And as far as our energy goes, it doesn't look like any energy is prized. So not looking too bad, honestly. I'm thinking we'll just grab Comfey and Cram just so we can start to kind of get set up. We have access to switch cards. Use the Comfey here. Allows us to get Roxanne or Battle VIP Pass. I don't mind another Battle VIP Pass. We can do that. Go Battle VIP Pass here. Grab Giratina and another Comfey, just so that way we can escape rope and then also retreat into the Comfey. So, escape rope, go Comfey, Flower Selecting here. This gets us Jet or Psychic. We have enough Psychics. Jet will actually be a little bit better, since technically speaking. There's no point to jet up the Comfey right now, so let's see. I got rid of a Psychic already, so I will put a Psychic in the discard just so that way if I draw a Rod, I have the access to get it back if it gets Ionoed. And we have access to Colress, so I'm getting rid of the one of Moon, but Moon is inherently not really going to be too awkward for what we need it to be. Because with Moon being able to take a knockout, it's nice, but we're going to have to damage ourselves to KO a Goldango, so honestly, Athena is able to take enough knockouts, plus we also have Sableye to devolve, and my opponent is playing the 50 HP Gimmighoul's, which means that we can inherently work around some more of it, so not looking too bad. We have 3 in the Lost Zone. We're going to be able to get to 7 next turn, as well as a retreat, plus also put down Path, swing with Cramorant, take a knockout. So things are looking pretty good. And my opponent has Cleffa too. So definitely not looking too bad. So if we can hit something like Escape Rope, we can take a knockout on one of these, but with only having one Escape Rope, I don't think we're inherently going to get there. So we'll go Colress. Path is going to be important, and since I have one prized, grab it, and then we'll grab Colress and a boss, because we do have Counter Catcher as well. So we'll grab those. This puts us at 5, and then we can go Comfey. Comfey can grab us. Switch Cart. Honestly, I'm kind of digging the Switch Cart, because Switch Cart allows us to get to 8, which means following turn Colress puts us at 10, which means that we can start spreading damage with Sableye. So getting rid of the Tina VSTAR, so it sucks, but it's not the end of the world. So then we have access to Comfey, which means that we can use Flower Selecting. Grab the Dark, so we have some more energy to work with. We have the ability to retreat, go into this Comfey. And Psychic or Grass. Now, since next turn I plan on Sableying, I'll grab the Psychic, and I also have a Grass in hand, so inherently it's not the end of the world. And then we can just go Switch Cart into Cram, play out the Path, so my opponent can't benefit as much off of the potential draws with Gimmighoul. Then we'll grab our prize. Our TM actually might be prize, so that's something important to keep in mind. But it's not the end of the world. So, providing my opponent takes a knockout here, I might just go 280 with Tina, and then go into another Tina with Requiem. That'll put us at 1 prize left, and then we could just Sableye, take a knockout there, depending on what my opponent has on board. There's the Lost City, so my opponent's going to be able to Lost City the Cram, but I don't hate that at all. It feels Lost Zone even more. The only awkward thing with Lost City is the fact that okay, Jirachi's going to be a little bit annoying, so we might have to actually deal with that. But we will see. Lost City does make it a bit awkward as far as getting rid of our Sableyes and stuff, but it's not too bad. So my opponent uses Make It Rain. It's 150. So we'll go Comfey, and then assuming we can find a way to get into the Tina VSTAR, we should be okay. So the first thing we'll do is Colress. We grab Iono to disrupt more. We have access to Jet. And I guess we could go Escape Rope. It does give me a couple more things to, look for. So we have access to Flower Selecting. We get the Mirage Gate or the TM Devolution. Oh, that's rough. I'm going to grab the teamed evolution just because there is the chance that it could be a way for us to win. And then we can switch cart into Comfey, which means we can go flower selecting. We'll grab Super Rod. Let's see. Is there anything else that we need to do? I honestly don't think so. It's just really awkward that we don't have the Tina V-Star to grab. We have 2 left in the deck as well. So we'll get another Tina down. Let's see. Trying to think of how I want to do this. Honestly, I could just go into a normal Tina and use Shred, which I don't hate. I do have access to Escape Rope too, which isn't bad, so we'll go Escape Rope and see what my opponent wants to promote. And then we do have the ability to Shred if we need to. My opponent brings up Scyther, which is fine. So we can go Comfey, use one more. We get more energy. I don't need more energy. Considering the fact that we have Jet, let's go here. And then I feel like I have like no energy. So we'll go Gate. I have 2 energy. This is nice. So we'll put 2 on Tina. I guess Jet up the Tina. Put Path in play. And then just go for a Shred for 160 and hope my opponent can't get the knockout because they need 5 energy. So if they get the 5 energy, we're in a really awkward spot. So we'll have to see exactly what they can do. They have 5 energy in the discard. There's the Superior. So if they have 1 more, then we're just out of luck. And I haven't gotten rid of... I got rid of 1 Mirage Gate. I still have 2 more in the deck too. So my opponent hits 250. They don't get rid of the Path, which is good. So this means that with this Giratina, we should be able to attach and go from there. Okay, so there's the Tina V-Star, which is good. So we'll go Psychic, Giratina, and then I guess Iono. Put my opponent to 3. Okay, so we draw the Mirage Gate, which is good. So we can go Mirage Gate, grab Psychic and Dark. Psychic, Dark. And then we can just use Star Requiem. Now my opponent has to be able to deal enough damage to KO this Giratina. And even if they do, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it definitely is a little bit awkward. And I should have 1 Mirage Gate left, so that Super Rod is huge. So there's a Gimme Ghoul coming down, another Gimme Ghoul. A Psychic, or I'm sorry, a Metal, and there's a Call for Family. There's the Greninja. So there's the Devo TM. So prevent all damage counters from your on bench. So we could still technically de-evolve this Gimme Ghoul, which isn't bad. I think what I'm gonna do for sure though is just Colress. That way I can get a couple extra cards, and we do get Boss as well, which is good. And we do have Tina. So we can go here. So I'm gonna have to Lost Impact, get rid of 2, and then either find the last Mirage Gate, or go into Sableye and just hope that I can hit the active. So get rid of these two. It's in my discard. Yeah, I have both in my discard, so yeah, getting rid of this. I meant to get rid of the Psychic, but either way, it's okay. So we'll grab one. And we get Escape Rope, so Escape Rope isn't bad. It all just depends on how the rest of, this turn goes, what we can do. And my opponent concedes. So that was a pretty close game. Definitely the draws were a bit awkward, but definitely was doable. Gimmighoul has the ability to hit a lot of damage, so Path to the Peak shutting off coin bonus means that my opponent draws less. The only pesky thing was dealing with that Jirachi. So that was game number 1. Let's get into a game number 2, see if we can do the same exact thing. Alrighty guys, so we're into game number 2 here. As you can see, I've been trying to find a decent game for a while now. It's gone from dark to light outside, so still is the morning. So if you guys are watching this first thing when it's uploaded, good morning. Hope everyone's doing well. We'll see how this goes. My opponent does mulligan. It does give us some access to see what we're playing against. So we're playing against Guardy, so if they do play Jirachi, it's going to be a little bit annoying to deal with. But the game plan is inherently just to double boss 2 Guardy EX, take instant knockouts, and then take a final knockout. So see what we can do. Do have the ability to potentially use Cram as well to open up a bench spot for my opponent. So that could be a little bit risky, but at the same time it does give us a prize. So it's going to be kind of give and take, see what we can do. Most important part is just the fact that we can get to 7 as soon as possible. So there's another level ball. There's Artisan. So Artisan does help us. It does give us a couple more things that we can do on our turn. So there's Jirachi. I mean, not Jirachi, Ralts. There's the Manaphy. My opponent just passes. So if we can get something like Escape Rope going, that would be huge. So the first thing we'll do is Flower Select. And we hit boss and VIP, but out of VIP pass is going to inherently be a lot better for us. So we can grab a Comfey, and we can also grab Greninja. So we can see a few more cards, and then we have access to Artisan as well. So we can Jet Energy up the Comfey. We can go into a Flower Select. Flower Select will grab us Colress, so this puts us at the 4 that we need. So we can go Colress, and if we can hit something like Escape Rope, that'll be even better. We're going to need the TM Devo, just it's going to be helpful. Switch Cart will be good, and then, let's see. We haven't gotten rid of any important energy, so getting rid of 1 Dark is not bad for us to do at all. And we still have access to concealed cards, which means that we can concealed cards and get rid of the Dark. Draw 2. So we get Manaphy and Athena. Not really cards we're going to be needing. So Artisan. Artisan will allow us to grab the Cram. Cram will allow us to grab 1 more card. So we will retreat, go into the Cram, and just hit for 110, taking the first prize. We are at 4, so we could potentially get to 8 next turn, which isn't bad. We get a Dark off the prizes. We have access to Iono, we have boss's orders, so things aren't looking too bad for what we need to do next turn. It is going to be a little bit of a slow build-up, but thankfully my opponent only has 2 cards in hand, and I can't imagine that they're going to be anything too crazy, so my opponent just goes for a Teleportation Burst, which is good, and they give us Manaphy. So we do hit Escape Rope, which means that we have some more cards that we can look at. So we'll go for the Energy, and we draw Mirage Gate and Nest Ball, which isn't bad. We can go Escape Rope, take down a Ralts on my opponent's board, as well as start to spread damage next turn, as well as go into the TM Devo. So this is kind of working out exactly how we need to. Tina does well if your opponent dead draws, so we'll go into the Comfey here. So we have the ability to Look at 2. Get Escape Rope and Battle VIP Pass, but that is not really going to do too much for us. We have the switch cart into the Comfey. Flower Select gets us a Giratina or a switch cart. Giratina is probably going to be one of those cards that we do need to use. So we can go Giratina. We can go Artisan. Artisan will let us grab the last Comfey, just so we have some more to look at. That way we're at 7 for the next turn, which means we can go switch cards into this Comfey. Flower Select once more. We hit the Colress, which is good. I don't mind not getting rid of the Path to the Peak. The Colress gets us to 9, which means that next turn we do have the 10 in order to set up with a Comfey. So we'll get a Colress, Mirage Gate, and the Path. Path inherently shuts my opponent down, so that's good too. Which means now we can just attach, retreat into a Cram, lay out the Path, go for the Spit Innocently for 110. And we're kind of putting my opponent on the back burner of things, and we get another Mirage Gate too, so we have all 4 Mirage Gates in hand. There is energy in the deck that we can search out, so we're looking pretty good. We're, you know, having the aspects that we need to, and my opponent goes for the game. So I think that is gonna kind of certify how the matchup goes in a Gardevoir. You know, if you go second and you have the ability to set up as much as you need to, it gives you a lot of things that you can do, so it definitely works out. So if you guys did enjoy today's video, do me a favor, smash the like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Otherwise, I will catch you guys in tomorrow's video. Later.